الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Hello my dear brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. In the last session we discussed about two questions, which were what does Islam means by annual income, and the second was what type of year we are talking about. Is it solar or other kinds of years? So, first of all, let me tell you this, that when we talk about Khums in Islamic laws, we don't mean that God expects you to put everything after Khums. It doesn't mean you should starve and pay Khums. It doesn't mean you cannot get married and pay Khums. The Khums is the last thing you should pay. The Khums is the last expense in your life. If you lived your life for a year and you spent anything you and your family need, you bought supplies, you bought furniture, you throw a wedding, anything normal family needs, and you have to provide your family with that, you can spend your money on that. But after those needs, when at the end of the year you looked at your bank account and saw, for example, a specific amount of money in your bank account which you don't need, it's surplus, and in that case, that is where you must pay Khums. You have to pay 1/5 of that money to religious scholars, to your mujtahid, to your marja', and he will spend that money in specific places to spread the good, to help the poor, and etc. So now the question is, what is a Khums year? It means, actually Khums year is a full year, and it starts from the first day you earn your first salary, your first income. Depends on what kind of occupation you have. If you're a farmer, for example, the beginning of your Khums year would be the day you harvest your first production of your farm. If you're a shopkeeper, the beginning of your Khums year is when you make your first deal at your market. And if you're an employee, the beginning of your Khums year would be the first check payment, the first check, the first salary you get from your employer. And at the end, let me tell you two critical points. First, these are the list of things that Khums doesn't apply to them. First of all, inheritance. If a relative of yours passed away and you got a lot of money, you shouldn't give 1/5 of that money away. The khums doesn't apply to that money. The next is gifts and awards. If someone give you a gift, you shouldn't give 1/5 of that. And the last one is woman's marriage portion. We know in Islamic laws we have a rule that a man should pay a certain amount of whatever the woman asks to her when he marries the woman. And when the woman gets that, usually money, she shouldn't give 1/5 of that to scholar or mujtahid or someone in need. And the last point, these are some reminders. If you saved up something at the end of the year and you figured if I would have spent this money, for example, if I would go to restaurant, I wouldn't have to pay it for khums, and it would be gone by now. But you didn't because of providence, and you have a lot of money now. It doesn't matter. If you have extra money lying at your bank account, you have to pay 1/5 of that, even because of providence. The next, if you bought a furniture for your house and you already have, for example, a refrigerator, and you went and buy another one and you don't need it, you should be aware you have to pay and count that extra refrigerator in your surplus money, and you have to pay its khums, 1/5 of it. And the last point, if you bought rice, tea, sugar, oil, and things like that you use daily in your house, and some of it is in there in your kitchen, and at your khumsiyar point there's some part of it which you haven't used yet, you have to pay 1/5 of those two. You have to pay 1/5 of your oil, tea, rice, and things like that you daily use them, and they have been not used during the year. You have to pay 1/5 of them too. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.